My dear brothers and sisters, we live in a world where from a very young age we are told, study hard so you can get a good job, earn money, secure your future. And there is nothing wrong with working hard. There is nothing wrong with earning a halal income. But somewhere along the way, we lost something far more important. We forgot who our provider really is. Allah never told you, run behind jobs and I will follow you. Rather, Allah teaches us, turn to me and I will open doors you never imagined. Look at the birds. They leave their nests every morning with empty stomachs, yet they return full. Did they sit lazily? No. They made effort, but their trust was not in the effort. It was in Allah. This is the difference. Today, many people are depressed, not because they don't have jobs, but because they put their hope in the job instead of Allah. When the job is lost, their world collapses. Why? Because their qalb, heart, was attached to creation, not the Creator. My beloved brothers and sisters, Allah is teaching us a powerful lesson. Don't chase rizq, provision. Chase the one who provides it. When you fix your relationship with Allah, your salah improves, your qalb finds peace. Your rizq comes in ways you never expected. You might be searching endlessly, sending CV after CV, feeling rejected. But have you asked yourself, have I turned to Allah with the same desperation? Because sometimes Allah delays something not to punish you, but to bring you closer to Him. And remember this, a job is not your source of rizq. A job is just a means. Your rizq was written for you before you were even born. So don't panic, don't lose hope, don't compare yourself to others. Instead, raise your hands and say, Ya Allah, I trust you. Guide me to what is best. And then make your effort, but with tawakkul, trust in Allah, not anxiety. Because when Allah opens a door, no one can close it. And when Allah gives, He gives in ways beyond imagination. So today, change your mindset. Don't look for a job first. Look for Allah, and the job will find you. May Allah grant us all halal rizq, peace in our hearts, and unshakable trust in Him. Ameen. When we reflect deeply on our lives, one of the biggest misunderstandings we carry is thinking that our job, our business, or our salary is the source of our provision. In reality, this is only an illusion created by what we see on the surface. The truth is that Allah alone is Ar-Razzaq, the one who provides, sustains, and nourishes every single creation without exception. Your employer does not feed you, your degree does not sustain you, and your skills do not guarantee your success. These are only tools, means that Allah uses, but the source behind all of it remains Allah alone. Think about it carefully. There are people who are highly qualified with impressive degrees and years of experience, yet they struggle to find opportunities. At the same time, there are others with fewer qualifications who are blessed with unexpected openings and success. If provision truly depended only on qualifications or effort, the outcome would always be predictable, but it is not. This itself is a clear sign that rizq is controlled by Allah, distributed according to His wisdom, not merely human calculations. Understanding this changes everything about how you live your life. When you believe that your job is your provider, your heart becomes attached to it. You begin to fear losing it. You compromise your values to keep it, and your peace becomes dependent on it. But when you truly believe that Allah is your provider, your qalban finds a different kind of peace. You still work hard, you still strive, but your reliance is not on the job itself. Your reliance is on the one who controls the job, the market, the opportunities, and every door that may open or close. This belief also protects you from despair. If you lose a job, it does not mean you have lost your provision. It simply means Allah has closed one door and is preparing another, perhaps better, door for you. The rizq that is written for you will reach you no matter what, in ways you may not even imagine. No person can take what Allah has written for you, and no effort can secure what Allah has not decreed. At the same time, this does not mean you sit back and do nothing. Islam teaches balance. You tie your camel and then you trust in Allah. You make effort, but your heart does not depend on the effort itself. You apply, you work, you improve your skills, but all the while you know that success comes only if Allah wills it. When this understanding settles in your heart, it transforms your entire outlook. Anxiety begins to fade, gratitude increases, and your connection with Allah becomes stronger. You start turning to Him not only in times of desperation, but in every moment of your journey. And that is the real success. Not just earning a living, but living with a qalbim that is firmly connected to the true provider. In life, many people fall into one of two extremes. On one side, there are those who rely entirely on their efforts, believing that success is purely the result of hard work, planning, and personal ability. On the other side, there are those who misunderstand trust in Allah and think it means doing nothing, waiting passively for things to happen. The truth, however, lies perfectly balanced between these two. And that balance is the combination of effort and tawakkul. Effort is a responsibility. Allah has given every human being the ability to think, act, and strive. You are expected to seek opportunities, work hard, improve your blacks, skills, and pursue what is beneficial. The prophets themselves made effort. They faced challenges, took action, and did everything within their capacity. This shows us clearly that effort is not optional. It is part of faith. Sitting idle and expecting results without striving is not trust in Allah, it is neglect. But at the same time, effort alone is not enough. You can plan perfectly, prepare thoroughly, and still not achieve the result you wanted. This is where tawakkul comes in. Tawakkul is the deep understanding that while you make effort, the outcome is completely in the hands of Allah. It is placing your full trust in Him after you have done your part. It is knowing that He sees what you do not see, and He chooses what is ultimately best for you. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. He prepares the soil, plants carefully, and waters the land. This is his effort. This is his effort. But can he control the rain, the sunlight, or the growth of the seed? No. That part is beyond him. That is where tawakkul lies. He trusts that Allah will bring the result in the best way possible. Similarly, in your life, you must plant your seeds through effort, but the growth and the results belong to Allah. When effort and tawakkul come together, they create a powerful mindset. You work hard without becoming arrogant, because you know success is not purely from you. And you trust Allah without becoming lazy, because you understand that effort is part of your duty. This balance protects your heart from both pride and despair. It also changes how you deal with outcomes. If you succeed, you are grateful because you recognize it as a blessing from Allah. If you fail, you are patient because you trust that Allah has a better plan for you. You do not collapse under pressure, nor do you become overconfident in success. Instead, you remain steady, focused, and connected to Allah in all situations. living while. This balance brings peace that cannot be found otherwise. You no longer carry the burden of controlling everything because you know that control belongs to Allah. At the same time, you remain active and responsible, fulfilling your role in life with sincerity and dedication. This is the beauty of effort combined with tawakkul. It allows you to move forward with confidence, knowing that you are doing your best while trusting the one who controls all results. One of the most comforting realities a believer can hold on to is that their rizq has already been written long before they came into this world. Before you were born, before you took your first breath, Allah had already decreed what you would receive in terms of provision, opportunities and sustenance throughout your life. This includes not only wealth, but also the people you meet, the chances you get, and even the timing of everything that comes your way. Understanding this removes a huge burden from the heart. Many people spend their lives in constant anxiety, worrying about whether they will earn enough, whether they will succeed, or whether they will fall behind others. But when you truly believe that your rizq is already written, you begin to realize that what is meant for you cannot miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you in the first place. This belief brings a deep sense of aram, peace, that no amount of material success can provide. It also changes how you view competition. In today's world, people are constantly comparing themselves to others. Who got the better job? Who earns more? Who is more successful? This comparison often leads to jealousy, frustration, and even resentment. But if you understand that each person has their own rizq written specifically for them, then comparison loses its meaning. Someone else's success does not take anything away from you, just as your rizq does not. Decrease someone else's share. This belief also teaches patience. Sometimes things do not happen when you want them to. You may work hard, apply for opportunities, and still face delays or rejection. In those moments, it is easy to feel discouraged and question your path. But when you remember that your rizq is written, you begin to see delays differently. They are not signs of failure. They are part of a divine plan that is unfolding exactly as it should. Allah knows the right time for everything, and His timing is always more precise than ours. At the same time, believing that rizq is written does not mean you stop trying. Islam does not teach passivity. You are still required to make effort, to seek halal means, and to strive for what is good. But the difference is in your mindset. You do not chase provision with desperation. You pursue it with calmness and trust. Your heart remains content because you know that no matter what happens, your rizq will reach you. This understanding also protects you from compromising your values. When people fear losing out on provision, they may turn to unethical or haram means, thinking it will secure their future. But when you truly believe that your rizq is already written, you realize that no unlawful action can increase what Allah has decreed for you. In fact, it may remove barakah from what you already have. Living with this belief brings a sense of dignity and reliance on Allah. You walk through life with confidence, knowing that your share is mahfudized, protected, and will come to you at the right time and in the right way. And in that certainty, you find not only peace, but also a stronger connection with the one who has written it all for you. In the journey of life, it is very easy to confuse the means with the source. A job, a business, a salary, or even a connection may appear to be the reason behind what we earn and achieve. But in reality, these are only tools placed in our path not the origin of what we receive. They are channels through which provision flows, but they do not create that provision. The true source remains Allah alone, who controls every outcome, every opportunity, and every door that opens or closes. When a person begins to see their job as the source, their entire mindset shifts in a dangerous way. Their qalb becomes attached to something temporary and unstable. Jobs can be lost, businesses can fail, markets can change, and people can disappoint. If your sense of security is built on these things, then your peace will always be at risk. You will constantly live in fear. Fear of losing your income, fear of being replaced, fear of uncertainty. This kind of hope slowly takes over the heart and affects not only your work, but also your relationship with Allah. However, when you understand that these are only means, everything changes. You still value your work, you still give your best effort, but you no longer see it as your lifeline. Instead, you see it as one of many possible ways Allah can provide for you. If one means is taken away, you do not feel destroyed because you know the source is still there. Allah can create new paths, open unexpected doors, and provide from places you never imagined. History and everyday life are full of examples of people who lost one means of income only to be guided to something better. At the time, it may have felt like a loss, even a crisis. But later, it became clear that it was actually a redirection. This is because Allah, in His wisdom, knows what is best for you, even when you cannot see it. What you consider a setback may actually be protection or preparation for something greater. Seeing jobs as means also helps you maintain your values. When someone believes their job is their source, they may feel pressured to compromise their principles to protect it. They might tolerate injustice, engage in dishonest practices, or neglect their ibadat out of fear of losing their position. But when you recognize that your provision comes from Allah, you gain the strength to stand firm. You understand that no job is worth displeasing the one who provides everything. This mindset also brings gratitude. Instead of feeling entitled or overly dependent on your work, you begin to appreciate it as a blessing from Allah. You thank Him not just for the income, but for the opportunity itself. And if that opportunity changes or ends, you remain hopeful, knowing that the one who gave before can give again. Living with this understanding allows you to move through life with balance. You work sincerely, but your heart remains free. You take the means seriously, but you never mistake them for the source. And in that clarity, you find a sense of stability that no worldly system can ever provide. In the rush of daily life, it is very easy to focus all our energy on improving our external situation, our careers, our finances, our status, while neglecting the most important relationship we have, which is our relationship with Allah. Yet, the reality is that when this relationship is strong, everything else begins to fall into place in ways we could never plan ourselves. Strengthening your connection with Allah is not just about ibadat in isolation. It is about transforming your entire life so that Allah becomes central to your thoughts, actions, and decisions. When a person turns sincerely to Allah, the first change happens dates in the heart. There is a sense of calm that begins to grow, even if external circumstances remain challenging. This calm comes from knowing that you are connected to the one who controls everything. You begin to pray not out of routine, but with presence and sincerity. Your salah becomes a place of comfort, not a burden. In those moments, you disconnect from the stress of the world and reconnect with the one who has the solution to every problem you face. Along with prayer, remembrance of Allah plays a powerful role. Simple acts like making dhikr, saying words of gratitude, and seeking forgiveness regularly have a deep impact on your qalbin. These actions may seem small, but they carry immense weight. They cleanse the heart, remove heaviness, and open doors that you may not even realize are closed. When your tongue is busy remembering Allah, your heart slowly becomes attached to Him. And this attachment brings a kind of peace that no material success can match. Strengthening your relationship with Allah also means aligning your actions with what pleases Him. This includes being honest in your dealings, fulfilling your responsibilities, and avoiding what is haram, even when it seems difficult. These choices may feel challenging at times, especially when the world encourages shortcuts, but they bring barakah into your life. What you earn may be less in quantity, but it will carry more value, more peace, and more satisfaction. Another important part of this relationship is turning to Allah in every situation, not just in times of hardship. Often people remember Allah only when they are in difficulty, but forget Him when things are going well. A strong relationship is consistent. You thank Him in ease and seek Him in hardship. You make dua not only when you need something, but because you recognize your constant dependence on Him. As this connection grows, you begin to see changes not only within yourself, but also in your life. Opportunities come in unexpected ways. Problems are resolved with ease, and your path becomes clearer. This does not mean life becomes free of challenges, but it means you are better equipped to handle them. Your reliance shifts from pepper, plea, and circumstances to Allah alone. In the end, strengthening your relationship with Allah is the foundation of true success. It is what brings direction to your efforts, peace to your heart, and blessings to your rizq. When this connection is strong, you no longer feel lost or overwhelmed because you know that you are walking your journey with the guidance and support of the one who never fails. One of the greatest challenges people face in life is dealing with uncertainty and the fear of what lies ahead. We often create timelines in our minds, plans about when things should happen, how quickly success should come, and what our lives should look like at a certain age. When reality does not match these expectations, frustration begins to grow. We start questioning ourselves, losing hope, and sometimes even doubting the wisdom behind what is happening. But the truth is, our sense of timing is limited, while Allah's timing is perfect, precise, and full of wisdom that we may not immediately understand. When you trust Allah's timing, you begin to let go of the constant pressure to control everything. You realize that delays are not necessarily denials. Sometimes what you are waiting for is also waiting for the right moment to come into your life. There may be lessons you need to learn, strength you need to build, or changes that need to happen before you are ready to receive what you are asking for. What feels like a delay may actually be preparation. Many times, people look back at their lives and realize that if they had received something earlier, it might not have been good for them. Perhaps they were not mature enough to handle it, or it could have led them down the wrong path. Allah, in His infinite knowledge, protects you from what you cannot see. He gives when it is best, not simply when you want it. This understanding brings a deep sense of trust and reduces the anxiety that comes from trying to rush everything. At the same time, trusting Allah's timing does not mean ignoring your emotions. It is natural to feel worried, impatient, or even discouraged at times, but the difference is how you respond to those feelings. Instead of letting fear take over, you turn to Allah, you make dua, you seek guidance, and you remind yourself that your Rabban knows what is best for you. This shifts your focus from fear to faith, from panic to patience. Fear often comes from focusing too much on what might go wrong or what you do not have yet. It makes you compare your journey with others and feel like you are falling behind. But every person's path is different and everyone is moving according to a timeline written specifically for them. When you trust Allah's timing, you stop comparing and start focusing on your own journey. You begin to appreciate where you are while still striving for where you want to be. This trust also gives you strength during difficult moments. When things do not go your way, you do not collapse under pressure. Instead, you remind yourself that there is herein what Allah has chosen, even if you cannot see it right now. You continue making effort, but your heart remains calm because you know that the outcome will come at the right time. Living with this mindset brings a unique kind of peace. You are no longer rushed by fear or overwhelmed by uncertainty. You move forward with patience, hope, and confidence in Allah's plan. And in that trust, you find the strength to keep going, knowing that everything will unfold exactly as it is meant to, at the time it is meant to.